Bad Boy Entertainment. I named it Bad Boy. I didn't want to just make records. I didn't want to just make money. I wanted to make history. That's all it's ever been about for me, making history.
He took their publishing and used it and made millions off of it that helped him be a billionaire. And then he gonna give them back with nothing in the tank. And I say he's delusional. He said that Bad Boy would be remembered like on the level of Motown. Bruh.
Hello there, fam. It looks like the good days will soon be over for the iconic Diddy because of the new controversy that he is involved in. But that is not the end of it, because his empire is likely going to fall with him as well. You probably heard his name in different issues even before. Well, fortunately, karma and justice is slowly catching up on him. That is why people are saying that his business is also on the verge of bankruptcy. How did it all come to this? Is the notorious Puff Diddy really going to jail sooner or later? Or will he still get away from all the accusations being thrown at him? That is what we are going to find out, so hang tight and stay with me until the end. I bet that by now we are all aware about the dark side of the music and entertainment industry. It's just hard to miss those rumors and scandals involving artists like Diddy himself. You know what? This guy really did get away with a lot of things that he had done in the past. It might have taken longer, but a case that mentioned his name a long time ago is once again being investigated.
Bruh, do you remember the Bad Boy tour? I'm gonna get in touch with all my artists, and whatever I owe them or whatever I'm gonna get them, it's a Bad Boy reunion. I'm gonna make good.
Yep, rumors are spreading like wildfire these days about Puffy's own pride, his record label, the Bad Boys Record.
And I say he's delusional. He said that Bad Boy would be remembered like on the level of Motown.
For sure, Gene Deal is one of the people that knows a lot of things about Diddy as he worked with him for years. He does not only have stories to tell about Puff's business and other ventures, but Gene also revealed tons of interesting information about the business mogul. Well, that dream was not impossible though. The dude worked with a lot of artists already throughout his career. Many of them are big names that have already made a huge impact in the music industry. There is no doubt about the success of his record label, and no one would question how far it had become. But let us all be honest, y'all. The possibility of it collapsing and being forgotten has also been lingering in the corners for quite a while now, especially that Diddy is often in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. Insiders are claiming that friendships are falling apart in the record label. If that is true, then deals, connections, and a lot more would be harder to maintain for Bad Boy Records. Does this have something to do with how Diddy is treating his artists, especially the young ones? Or maybe because of how he is allegedly using his power and influence to get the indecent things that he wants from his subordinates and talents? Some of you have probably heard about the speculations surrounding Diddy's sexuality. I mean, it is his choice and all that, but that thing is kind of a pretty big deal, especially in the rap community. That is probably one of the main reasons why Diddy never talked about it or entertained that topic about him, even though people around him have hinted about him being gay. Because of this, a lot of his fellow artists also threw shade at him. One of them is The Game. He once said, Beyonce should have said, "Who run the world? Gays, because they're everywhere and rightfully so. It's a free country. Be gay, you can." This fueled the fire even more about Diddy's sexuality. But aside from that, people became more invested in the likelihood of the collapse of his record label, considering the fact that lots of fellow artists are turning their backs away from him.
How would Bad Boy be on the level of Motown? He said, and he answered the question like, yo, the way we dressed, the cars we had, the houses, the statements that we made and everything. Who is we? Who is we?
Gene Deal really is exposing this dude left and right. Come on, he had been revealing things about Puff for quite a long time now that many of his stories aligned with the recent controversies involving Diddy. That just made him more credible. Besides, why would he lie about him? Additionally, more and more people are now calling out Diddy for allegedly grooming his artists.
Hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
Oh gosh, who could forget about Usher and what he did to him when he was just starting his career? Though Usher always showed appreciation for Diddy's help, everything was still just so cringy. If he did it to a talented guy like him, then just imagine the things that he could also remorsefully do to teenage boys who are only hoping to make a name in the industry.
Watched the door and him and a man ran out naked, and I said that ain't nobody told me that. I saw that myself.
You heard it from his former bodyguard himself. He was not only hired to protect Diddy from danger, but according to Gene Deal, in his years with Diddy, he encountered scenarios where he had to guard the door because he was in the room with another guy.
He was with every chick, every dude, whoever he wanted to be with, when Kim was alive.
For those who still do not know, Usher lived with Diddy for a year when he was just 14 years old. Rumor has it that they even saw Usher with him in clubs at such a young age. He was supposed to mentor Usher, but that is his twisted way of mentoring. Additionally, he said some shady stuff back then about him and Usher sharing a bed together. Even though Diddy has been involved in some serious accusations even before, his Bad Boy Records is still up and running and existing. So how does he do it? Simple. Money, power, influence, and connections. I told you, this is a really dark route, and anyone who wishes to be part of this industry knows that there are some sacrifices to be made along the way. Remember the time when everyone wants to be invited to one of Diddy's parties? How honored they are to be in an event that he organized? I guess it is safe to say that those days were long gone. Right now, it is as if artists and other A-list celebrities are afraid to be associated with him. They surely do not want to be dragged down with him when the time comes that he will pay for the consequences of his actions and decisions. You see, he really plays a huge role in the music industry. It is all because of his connections or possibly because of the things that he did for the higher-ups. Either way, many people are now mustering up the courage to speak up against him. And do not even get me started in the rumors about Diddy's role as well as in the shooting of the legend Tupac. It has been decades since his death, but those who are close to him, especially his family, are still seeking justice for what happened to him. Many theories were formed about that case, but a lot are believing the possibility that Diddy is involved in the planning of this. Not only that, but he is likely the one who orchestrated the attack on Tupac. Gene also shared his version of the story a couple of times, claiming that the police already know that they had the wrong guy when they arrested Keith D, but it is just that they do not have enough evidence to pin Puff on the crime scene. Thinking about how he was able to get away from being imprisoned time and time again makes us all wonder how powerful this guy really is and what are the lengths that he is willing to take just so he could keep his freedom. Oh, how could I forget to mention that Diddy was also accused of having something to do with Biggie's death. Hearing about all that is not really surprising because look at where he is now. Maybe he never really cared about stepping on other people's toes so long as he could stay on top. Other artists like Maze have also said his piece about how it is to work and have a deal with Diddy. Puff may have countless money with him, but he got a lot of issues when it comes to being fair to his fellow artists. That alone says a lot about his character. If he keeps on doing this, then his record label will likely crumble soon. Not a lot of people are also interested in his music these days. Business is business, and people want to work with someone who would not taint their names. It is likely that these talents and celebs are not seeing any potential of growth if they associate their names with Diddy. So fam, how long do you think it will take for Bad Boy Records to finally shut down? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. Spill that tea. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button if you're living for this whirlwind of drama, subscribe so you never miss a moment of celebrity scoop, and prepare yourselves for the next jaw-dropping episode. Until next time, stay fabulous, and now, check out this next story. Bye-bye!